Hello everyone and welcome back to the Metal Gear Solid board game playthrough. We're up to Chapter 10 of the Shadow Moses campaign, which is called Helicopter Gunship, which is a section of the game where it's actually almost like boss rush. There's very little breathing room between 3 bosses, I think, and that's probably going to be represented here. I haven't looked ahead, but I can't imagine there's going to be a sneaking mission. So, from the last time, Snake does a little bit more exploration. He wants to get deeper into the base. He wants to find where they're planning to launch a nuclear warhead from to stop it, and then also find and destroy Metal Gear Rex. He gets to the top of a communication tower, I think it is, and he gets attacked by Liquid Snake, piloting the helicopter that you see at the very start of the game, the Hind D, which they got from the military they're working with. And this is a boss fight, and it's got some special rules. It can be played with up to 4 people, and interestingly, if you choose to use Otacon because he can't actually fight, it gives you some additional rules for him doing some little like hacking stuff to help out the rest of the team. I'm staying true to the video game. It's a one-on-one fight in the video game between Snake and Liquid, so that's how I'm going to play it. But it is nice that they have thought of that and provided some additional rules if you choose to use Otacon as well. With that said, let's go look at how this fight works. Sadly, we do just have this giant board here to represent the helicopter. No miniatures provided for it, but that's okay. So, let's look at the helicopter gunship and Snake at the same time. I've got all their cards down here in the bottom right of the table, but I might end up having to move them because of the way the helicopter boss fight works. The helicopter will be going around the small section of board, the rooftop of the tower that Snake is on. We get provided with a surface-to-air missile launcher. You use the Stinger missiles in the video game, which lock on. Well, sorry, after you lock on, you can fire and forget. That's not quite how it's going to work here, but that is the only means by which we can damage the helicopter, and it does specify that on the helicopter's card. Meaning I can't bring the Nikita launcher and use that. I have to use the SAM launcher. It starts with 3 ammo, and there's the ability to replenish ammo, as it tells you here, as long as you're on a ammo box, which is printed on the board. There's 2 of them. So, the helicopter gunship. It's got an AI deck. Already shuffled it, but I do like shuffling these on camera just to prove I've done it, so let's just quickly do that. Because I'm playing with just Snake, it's got 12 health, he attacks with 2 black dice, he hovers, and that's just how he transfers around the board. You go by a forward facing arrow, I'll point to once we're back on the board, and that's how he moves, and that's also his firing line, which is dictated here. And essentially anytime that firing line crosses over Snake, it fires at him. And then he also has the armor rule that's just he can only be hurt by the SAM launcher. He has evasive, so after you complete an action with the SAM launcher that is within the yellow border on the helicopter card, you draw a card from his AI deck and do just the reaction part, which is going to make him move, and then you go by, kind of like how we did in the tank fight, where the missile ends up on him does the damage on the board. So the most damage is if you hit the cockpit, the rotary blades on top, or behind the helicopter. He then also has this threat track, and if it gets to the purple one, which is 6 plus black die, that just means his base attack becomes 3 black dice, which is pretty scary. Now you'll notice that his defense stat is an asterisk. I think that just means it's just down to him evading, and he actually doesn't have a value. As far as I can tell, that asterisk doesn't actually link to anything on this card, which is a little weird. I'll see if there's anything in the rulebook as we get started. Oh, going over Snake quickly, as I say, because we can only use the SAM launcher, I'm bringing 3 rations. Might as well, why not? And I'm just going to use this to represent the missiles. You're supposed to use the blue one, it doesn't make a difference. It's just to track where the missile is. And much like the Nikita launcher, it's roll 2 black dice, and you can fire 1 in one direction, then turn and go in another. So that should be it. We'll get started after this quick word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. Alright, let's get started. As I was mentioning, here is the 2 reload locations where we can reload the surface-to-air missile launcher. And with that, we're just going to get started. This is the icon that denotes where the Hind D is firing. So if that ever crosses over us, it counts as him attacking both when he moves and if we move into it. So we've got to be careful with that. First thing I'm obviously going to do is spend exactly 1 action to launch a missile. And then we're going to roll 2 black dice and see what we can do with it. So we've got a 6 and a 1. So 6 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's ending up going to be too little. If we make it a 5 actually. No, we want to use our -2. We're going to make that a 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's inside the yellow border. I could choose to end that. You don't have to use the second movement thing if you don't want to. I'm going to use I Work Alone to add 1 to it to make it a 2 and go 1, 2. So right now I'd only be doing 2 damage, but the helicopter is going to try to evade. So we just do the reaction part. Oh, do not shift. If this missile deals less than 4 damage, increase threat by 1. Okay, so the threat track starts on 3, so now it's up to 4. And we do 2 damage to liquid. There we go. I'm going to have to use one of these dice for where the current threat value is. So it's up to 4. And we still have 3 actions left, so I'm going to fire another missile, especially because he didn't move. Now let me just check. I put this AI card on the bottom of the deck, I believe. Yep. So down it goes. So yeah, second action, we'll fire another missile. A 6 and a 3. Neither of those are particularly good. Let's see. Let's use our reroll and reroll that 6. Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm going to take that. Since I Work Alone is only once per round. And it's inside the yellow border, so he is going to evade. My hope is he evades in a manner which means I'll hit the tail. But let's see, I guess. Shift 1 to this way. Again, you just go by matching up these arrows. That's how you denote. And if he turns, you just do it for the corner. And also move my missile 1 to this side. So unfortunately, it exploded up there. Now in the video game, as long as you finish the lock-on, the missile will hit him. It just keeps tracking him. Let's see, we have 1 more ammo left. So, sure, let's shoot 1 more missile. Why can I only roll 6 and 1? That's insane. I can't do anything about that. Wait, yes I can. Because of where the helicopter is, I can choose to not use the 6. I'll use snakes plus 2 to make that a 3. And go 1, 2, 3. Shift 2 to the left and then the missile 2 to the right. Well, okay, so that's definitely a miss. It's going 1, 2, so it's currently there. It's very awkward that the boss square is larger than the square in which we're moving around in. I've got 1 action left and no ammo for my missile launcher. I'm going to dash onto this ammo thing here and that's where I end my turn. Shift spaces equal to the current threat. That would be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He is going to attack then because he's right there. And that means he's rolling 2 dice against me. 3s. That was almost a 6 and a 1 again. So he hit us for 1 damage. I'll take the 1 damage. We have plenty of heals. Done. And then it's right back around to my turn. So our first action has to be to reload. It just takes 1 action. That gives us 3 rockets. And then I'll fire a rocket. So, because of how awkward it is, we're right on the edge of the table there. It's right in front of him. A 4 and a 3. So if we go 1, 2, 3, it'd be on the 2. I think I'll take that. Oh wait, new round. I can use I Work Alone to make that a 2 actually. So 1, 2. Direct center. That seems pretty good. Shift 2 and then move the missile 2 to the left. That's going to entirely miss and also force me to move this stuff because it's shifting 1, 2. So it's flying around here. Because there's an arrow pointing there. Yeah, so 1, 2. Like there. Now does it carry the rocket with it actually? Or would the rocket still be like magically up here and I have to guess where the grid is? That's an odd question. That's not something they took into consideration when it turns a corner. And it says move the missile 2 to the left. So that would be 1, 2. So it's going to miss either way, but I am curious if the missile was supposed to be taken with it or not. Either way, we have 2 actions left. Oh, he did technically cross over us though, so I guess that would trigger an attack against us. Yeah, check if there's... Yep, it would attack us. Okay, so this is rolling for his attack against us. And what? Why can I only roll 6 and 1 and 5 and 1? That is so weird. That's 1 more damage to us. We have 2 missiles left and also 2 actions. I will fire a missile for my 3rd action. Did I just roll the same thing again? 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. I guess we'll have to take the 4 and explode there and hope that he moves into line. I'm going to have to keep the AI deck down here out of sight, unfortunately. Do not shift. If it deals less than 4 damage, increase threat by 1. It did 0 damage. That's handy. So threat is up to 5. We have one action left. I'm just going to reload the missile launcher again. And then he is going to... So he's going the blue direction. Shift space is equal to the current threat. If he dealt no damage, increase threat by 1. He will deal. So he's going a total of 5. He shoots when he gets here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's up there again. And managed to only... Well, it's still 1 hit. We'll take that damage. We're going to need to heal on our turn. So, first things first. First action, using up a ration to heal 2 damage. Second action, we've got a fully loaded gun, but I'm going to replenish the -2 for my second action since I seem to be rolling a lot of 5s and 6s. Watch that never be a thing now. Our third action is to fire a missile. Well, so this is a new round, so I can use I work alone. Let's use that -2 immediately to make this a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. It'd be great if it exploded there. I don't think it will, but let's see. Shift 1 and move it 1. So it shifts there, and then shift the rocket there. Ugh, that's annoying. Alright, this seems bad luck so far. We have 1 action left. I'll just fire another missile. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Or I go 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4 because it often tells me to move the missile to the right. So let's try and make that happen. Shift 2 to the left and make the missile move 2 to the right. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, that actually worked out for us. That hits the cockpit for 4 damage. So I'll remove 1 damage and put a 5 on there. So that's half his health gone already. It didn't feel like it. That's my turn. I used 2 missiles there, so I've got 1 missile left. That's fine, and then we'll draw his AI card. I'm still on one of the reload symbols. Shift space is equal to the current threat. That is 5, so he's going to hit us again. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going, annoyingly, here, exactly here. And he is going to shoot us. And that is 2 damage. Ow! Well, we've immediately got to use a second ration to heal 2 damage. We have 1 missile left, so I'm just going to fire it. A 4 and a 3, and it starts here. So 1, 2, 3. It's a new round, so I can use Work Best Alone to plop the missile there. And we'll see what he does. Shift 2 to his right and move it 2 to the left. That's a miss. That's 1, 2. 1, 2. That's very annoying. And not how it works in the video game at all. We will use our third action to reload our missile launcher. And we'll fire again. It's just down to random chance this one. I'm not really liking this boss fight. 1 and 3. Okay. 2, 3. It's going to be a 1 no matter which way I take this. So 1, 1, 2, 3. Since it makes me usually move it that way, so sure. Do not shift. Alright, so the threat's going up by 1, so it's now threat 6, and we dealt 1 damage. It's a start. And... was that my entire turn? I think it was, right? So we'll remove that missile and see what he's doing. Okay, so if he does no damage, and shift to the left, and he's going 6, so he is going to shoot at us for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's ended up back there. He shot at us, and he does 1 damage. Can't do anything about that, so yeah, we'll just have to take the 1 damage. Ow! And then consider what I'm doing with my turn. Well, I guess I'm going to use up my last rations to heal to full, because we're getting the most value out of it anyway. So now I have 4 health between me and losing, and that's no good. And I think we still have 2 missiles left. I really should have been tracking how many missiles I've got each time I reload, but I think I've got 2 left. So we're going to fire as our second action. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll add I never miss, or sorry, I work alone, not I never miss. 1, 2. Shift 1, move 1. Shift 1, move 1, and there's 2 damage. Kaboom. Not bad, I suppose. I guess if I was paying more attention I would know kind of like what maneuver is coming next since the deck hasn't been shuffled, but I have not been. let's... I think I have one missile left. And I have 2 actions left. So yeah, sure, we'll try again. Why not? A 4 and a 6. That does not work out well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to have to hope. Shift 2 to the left, missile 2 to the right. 1, 2. And that blows up. We have 1 action left. I will replenish my missiles again. I could use my last focus token to sneak. Would sneaking solve anything? Based on where I am, it would not. So I might as well just stand, because he's going to move to the right almost certainly and shoot me. Even if he moved to the left, he is going to shoot me. I would have to dash. So yeah, I'll just stay on the reload. Shift to the right. He's moving 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he did indeed pass over us in the meantime. And that's 2 damage. That's not good. This is like raw pure dice luck, which I'm not liking. And on that note, let's see if the dice luck is in our favour, I guess. So, firing one of our 3 missiles. A 2 and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or 1, 2. I haven't. This is a new round, so I can use I work alone. Go 1, 1, 2, 3. More often than not, it forces me to move the missile to this side. So let's go 1, 2, and just stop. Shift 2 to the right, and then the missile 2 to the left. 1, 2, kaboom. Second missile. 1 and a 4. Let's go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift. Oh, do not shift. Okay. And it didn't do at least 4 damage, so that's the threat maxed out. So he's now rolling 3 black dice against us, so it's very likely that he's about to kill us after this turn ends. We did 1 more damage to him. I think that's him up to 10. It is 10. Because I can't avoid him now. Like, I've got, what, 2 actions left? Even if I wanted to, I could go sneak, dash, dash. Yeah, wouldn't be able to get into cover. So it's... basically, it comes down to... I have 1 rocket left, I believe, and 1 action. Or have I fired... No, I fired 2. I have 2 actions left, yeah. But I only have 1 rocket left. This rocket needs to do 2 damage, or I lose. Because there's... Well, I guess it comes down to a dice roll. It's very likely he'll get 2 3 pluses on 3 dice. So it comes down to that. And I don't feel like there's anything I really could have done to avoid it. It's pure dice luck. Which is not great. But on the subject of dice luck, let's see how it works out. A 3 and a 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Do not shift. I really should have memorized that there was 2 do not shifts in a turn, but in a row rather. But even if I had, there was nothing I could have done there. I could have went 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Still would have been a miss. So he's probably going to kill us now. Let's see. Move left, and he's going 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he rolls 3 black dice against us. And he got 3 3s. So yeah, that would kill us. This is far too tedious to bother restarting, so I'm just going to count it as a win and move on. So upon completing stage 10 with Liquid Snake looking like the Joker up there, we unlock equipment card 17, which is a missile launcher. I don't know why they don't call it the Stinger missile. Is that copyright? No, either way, it's got 3 ammo, it's got 3 white dice, it's loud, surprising no one, also looks real weird, but either way, it's another aggressive weapon for later bosses, not really used for sneaking missions. And then it would not surprise me if it goes straight to the next boss fight after this. He blows up the Hind D, you fight some cloaked guys in an elevator, you push on into the next facility. Oh yeah, okay, and it goes straight to the Sniper Wolf boss fight, which is blocking you from going into the final area of the facility, which is also almost immediately another boss fight. So that was a quick one, and we're going to have another one next time. It's a boss fight, it's a sniper boss fight, that in the video game you can actually cheat and just use the Stinger missile and the Nikita You use the stinger to find her, and then Nikita just pilot missiles to her, and she doesn't know what to do, which is very funny. Not fair, but very funny. I imagine it won't let us do that. There'll be specific sniper rules, but we'll read that next time and find out for sure. Then it would not surprise me, as I say, if it just immediately then goes on to the Vulcan Raven boss fight after that. Either way, that was the worst boss fight by far. Very poorly done. Not indicative of how it was in the video game either. But hey, one bad one isn't too bad. Hope you enjoyed anyway, and I'll see you next time for Sniper Wolf. Until then, ta for now.